My name is Sean Kelly. I'm a Region 1 Governor for the American Society of Civil Engineers. Welcome. I'm proud to be here and to announce the Vermont State's Infrastructure Report Card. In a little bit, Jason Booth, past president of the Vermont section of ASCE, will present to you the report card. Here's a poster board of the grades that were given. The Vermont section worked tirelessly over the last year or so, collecting data and putting this report card together and grading different parts of Vermont's infrastructure. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jason Booth to be able to present to you Vermont State's Infrastructure Report Card. Jason?
Thank you, Sean. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, everybody, for being here this morning. I'm proud to present to you today the first report card for Vermont's infrastructure. This report card is the result of countless hours by a team of professional civil engineers across Vermont. As with the national report card provided by the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Vermont Infrastructure Report Card is intended to provide an overview of issues relating to and condition of common infrastructure in the state. Our goal is to provide a simple document that can be used as a resource by local, state, and federal leaders within our community to help improve infrastructure and raise public awareness. The report card evaluated 5 critical areas of infrastructure in Vermont, including bridges, dams, drinking water, municipal wastewater, and roads. Each element was evaluated based on existing conditions, capacity, operations and maintenance, public awareness, risk, and current and future funding levels. The resulting grades range from a C for dams to a low of a D+ for wastewater and roads. The infrastructure report card highlights the fact that infrastructure in the state and across the nation require more attention. Vermont section of ASCE believes in the support and promotion of sustainable and reliable infrastructure improvements and feel that the recommendations provided in this report can assist in that goal. Thank you. I will open it up to questions.
Yeah, Mr. Booth, the United States is thought to have some of the best infrastructure in the world. How come the grades in these reports don't reflect that?
We do have some of the best infrastructure in the world. And it has provided us with economic prosperity, public safety, and national security. But the fact is that the infrastructure is old and much of it is beyond its useful design life. The grades are low due to the lack of funding necessary to maintain and build new infrastructure to meet the needs of our growing society.
Thank you.
I have a question. Do these low grades show that our state agencies are doing a poor job?
Not at all. The state agencies do an excellent job with the resources that they have and the funding that's available to them. The grades in this report are by no means a reflection of any poor work the agencies may be doing.
Mr. Booth, how did you come up with the grades for the report card?
We used public information to evaluate existing conditions, capacity, operation and maintenance, public safety and risk, and most importantly, current and future projected funding levels. And the grades were based on a combination of the results of each one of those elements.
Mr. Booth, I have a question. Given the grades are ranging between fair to poor, what would you suggest to the state agencies to increase or raise the grades, and do you have any idea how much this would cost the state?
There's a lot of work to be done here. I think that one of the most important things that the state agencies can do, and also state leaders, is to educate the public on the needs of the communities, what the infrastructure needs are. As far as what this will cost, this is really only the first step in realizing the issues and developing what the issues are. As the process moves along, more reliable costs will come out of this, and we'll have a better understanding of what the future looks like as far as the requirement to fulfill the needs.
Mr. Booth, ASCE grade the infrastructure poorly if you represent the civil engineers that helped to build it?
Well, the infrastructure in the state and across the nation has actually reached its design life, or is beyond its useful design life. These grades are not a reflection of the engineers that work on these projects. They are working within the confines of limited funding and doing what they can to, on a limited basis, to improve the infrastructure. The real issue is that there's a lack of funding to maintain the necessary levels of funding to keep infrastructure healthy and keep the public safe.
Mr. Booth, how does Vermont's infrastructure compare with the national condition of infrastructure?
As you can see from the summary report, it's summarized by issue brief. We show a comparison between the 2009 National Report Card by the American Society of Civil Engineers and the 2011 Vermont Report Card grade. As you can see, bridges, the Vermont section grade is a C- in comparison to the national grade, which is a C. Dams, the Vermont grade is a C, which is a little bit better than nationally. Drinking water is graded a little bit higher than the national average, as are wastewater and roads.
Thank you.
I have a question. Do you feel as though there's a conflict of interest in putting out a report where increased funding would stand to benefit the engineers that would get the projects?
As with other learned professions, engineers have the responsibility to look at infrastructure as they are the experts in that field and to provide recommendations and to realize what issues there are within that field. Thank you.